So this is just going to be a little insight as to how I use this indicator. And you can see here someone asked, someone can help me out to set up the indicator. Want to have 4-hour candle to look and 15-minute chart and 1 minute to take entry. What I need to set up for it. So here's what you want to know, right? If you're trading the TTrades fractal model, or you're trading GXT, or you're trading CRT, or any form of trading strategy that utilizes swing points and swing point formations, you want to understand time frame alignments. And this is something that was really brought into the public space by I think it was the MMXM trader, ultimately ICT, right? But ICT has a lot of videos, and there's people who went through the stress of watching those videos and brought out compressed, focused content that people now use and make strategies out of. And there's something called time frame alignment. You want to use proper time frame alignment. This is too spaced out. 4 hours to the 15-minute, and then you're going straight to the 1 minute chart to take the entry. That's that's really fast and rough. You don't really want to just speed through all the time frames. You just go straight into the 1 minute chart to take entries. And the reason you don't want to do that is because on the 1 minute chart, there's a lot of changes in the state of delivery, right? There's a lot. There's ups, downs, and the indicator gets really jittery. It kind of like gives some kind of false signals that you wouldn't trade in real time, right? For example, you can see that it has, like, this is on default settings. I haven't touched anything. This is completely on default settings. And you can see there's some, good entries and there's some useless entries, right? These are some useless ones because it's the London session. I don't trade the London session anyway, but there's some good ones and there's some useless ones. Like, these are some good ones. These are some useless ones, right? This is good, I think. It's not like I'll take it, but, when you want to trade the 1 minute chart, you want to make sure that you are using a proper time frame. Like, for example, right here, you can see the table at the bottom. I'm using the 30-minute chart and I'm using C to confirm. So I'm using 30-minute fractals. Basically, if I use the replay right now and I go back to this right here, this is actually a back test that I did in real time. I think this was Friday. This was RTY after I took YM longs around here. It was around here, 9:30 open. Yeah, I was kind of like paper trading, and I was just forward testing this, and I was looking at how price would play out. So the entire idea behind this trade basically was looking at these highs, and we had the expansion at 9:30, right? We expanded, retraced, expanded, and we got to these highs right here, and we failed to take them out, right? We failed to take the highs out. So I was kind of looking at that, and we were dropping down, but because we had a large expansion, and that large expansion was followed by another expansion, I was looking at this expansion as a retracement. And the reason I was looking at it as a retracement was because, should I say retracement or reversal? Sorry, bullish reversal, because by the time we started expanding lower, below this low and below this low, I was looking at this level to see a change in set of delivery. And I wasn't going to long immediately after the change in set of delivery. I was going to wait until the 30 minutes stayed bullish. What do I mean by the 30 minutes staying bullish? If you look over here, you can see the 30 minutes, right? The 30 minute, you can see this candle. I was waiting for this candle to completely form, waiting for the wick to form. TTrades talks about this a lot in his videos. It's like one of the best ways to just wait for the best setups, wait for the wick to form, and then you trade away from the wick. And I did not take it on my accounts. I just paper traded it because it was outside of my trading times. I was done for the day, and quite frankly, I was busy. So you can see right here, because I have it on C2 on the 30 minutes, you can see I get alerted on this change in set of delivery right here with the order block, right? And you could have entered there and long to buy side and, the equal highs. But if I change this to, for example, your request, like you asked for a 4 hours to 15-minute to 1 minute chart. We're on the 1 minute chart right now. If I turn this off and I turn this off, and I use HTF1 as 15-minute, use HTF2 as the 4-hour chart, and I turn off HTF3 since you don't need that, you're gonna see that these vertical lines are gonna space out, and you're gonna see a lot more fake signals. And the reason you see that is because on the 4-hour chart, you can see right here, before it was invalidated, we had a C2 bearish sweep, and we were starting to expand lower on the 4-hour. And I'm assuming that this is the 6 a.m. candle, right here where we opened. 6 a.m. open right here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, somewhere around here. And we opened lower, right? And you can see all these alerts. There's a lot of alerts, and you can see it doesn't really give proper alerts for the long, right? You can see it doesn't give any long alerts, even if it's on auto mode. So what you want to do is you don't want it to be this spaced out, because if you want to trade the 1 minute chart, you want to make sure that the fractal is close to the 1 minute chart. You really want to make sure that the fractal is close to the 1 minute chart. What do I mean? If you're trading a lower time frame, you want to make sure that you're either having the profile time frame, which is this profiler search. It's on auto right now, and automatic, it automatically picks the time frame out of the ones you have selected. But if you look at the top right here, you can see what is being profiled. So right now we're going 1 minute to 4 hour. That's too big. Remember what I said at the beginning of the video. You don't want it to be that big. You want it to be closely knitted so you can actually follow the fractals. So you're not too spaced out and you're not too close. For example, if you're on the 1 minute, you could use 15-minute fractals. Ideally, 30-minute fractals are the best. And I can guarantee you that 30-minute fractals, 100% the best. You can put 30-minute fractals with the 90-minute. For example, instead of 4 hour, 15-minute, as you can see right here, if I wanted to turn on filter by both time frames, right? So if I turn on level 2 and I make this C2 confirmed, what that's going to do is it's going to wait until a 15-minute fractal forms in direction with the 4 hour fractal. And you can see that when I turn that on, the number of setups that appear reduce, right? But even then, that's not good enough because, like I said, 1 hour to the 1 minute to the 4 hour chart is too much. For example, this is like one really good fractal alignment that I like. So it goes 15-minute, 30-minute, and then 1 hour, either the 1 hour or the 19-minute. So for this example, I'm going to use the 1 hour and I'm going to increase it to like 6, right? So I'm going to go down and I'm going to set this to HTF3. So the main time frame is going to be the 1 hour, not the 30-minute. And I'm going to set this to HTF2. And you're going to see right here, just very clearly that since this is going to become, this is also an important tip. If you're using HTF3, if you're going to be using HTF3, you want to make sure that when you're setting up alerts, the profiler source is set up to HTF3. Now, by default, the profiler source defaults to HTF2, and the profiler source likes to follow HTF2. But the thing is, when the profiler source is following HTF2, when you're really using HTF3, you don't get the proper visuals. You're going to get visuals for the HTF3, which you might not want. So ideally, you want to make sure that, this profiler source is following the main one that you're using in your model, right? For this model, the 1 hour is the highest. So I want to use this, right? So you can see that when I set it to HTF3 as 1 hour chart, C2 confirmed, and HTF2 as the 30-minute chart and a C2 confirmed, the moment the 1 hour chart closes and the wick forms as a C2, right? You can see the 30-minute also closes and forms a C2. So that means that the moment that this 1 hour, oh my God, I'm kind of bloated. It's Sunday, I ate a lot. So the moment that this C3 opens, we now have a confirmed state for the 1 hour and the 30-minute. So you're going to get alerts. And this is on auto mode, by the way. I haven't even set the bias. Because when you set the bias, it does give you cleaner, more focused alerts based on exactly what you want. But like this is on automatic. This is completely on automatic. It's completely beginner friendly. And, I haven't even done too much settings. So 1 hour fractal, you can see it, C2. We're entering C3 on the 1 hour and on the 30-minute. So that's why 2 of these are green. When you see it green, it means that it is active. So when it's green like this, it means it currently is active. When it's not active, it's going to be regular color like this. When it's green, it means it's active. So as you can see we get alerted here, we get alerted here, we get alerted here for each and every one of the order blocks, right? And that's pretty much it. And you can see we get way more value out of the indicator because the settings are everything. The indicator, it's just a tool, and it's really important that you know how to use it, which is why I make these tutorials, because I know it could be tough for some people. And it's really simple. It really is just really simple. You can do some back testing, play around with the settings, mess it up, reset the settings. You can never really go wrong. Just try and try and try different things, and you figure it out. It's completely easy and simple to use. This video is really long as hell. It's like 10 minutes. So yeah, GG's. You can speed it up. Use like 2x speed or something.